A race car passes its first checkpoint at a constant speed of 20 meters per second, accelerating at a rate of 10 meters per second squared. How long will the car take to reach the finish line 480 meters beyond? This problem can be represented using the following equation: 1/2 times 10t squared plus 20t equals 480. So, as I move my iPad out of the way, and we look at this problem, that I'm going to work with here is 1/2 times 10 is 5. If you don't know that, type it into Desmos. But we get 5t squared plus 20t equals 480. Well, in order to solve by factoring, what we need to do is we need to have the from both sides. And we end up with 5t squared plus 20t minus 480 equals 0. Now the equation is set equal to 0. That's what we need. And if we take a quick look here, we should always be trying to see, do we have a greatest common factor? And it just so happens that 5 and 20 and 480 they all have a common factor. The biggest number that divides into both 5 and 20 and 480 is 5. So we can factor that out. So 5t squared divided by 5 is t squared. 20t divided by 5 is 4t. And 480 divided by 5 is 96. Now, if you watched the previous video, then you saw that we don't really need to be a split the middle type of factoring. And that is the terminology that we use at Hayes. You've got to be able to see it. But Edmentum does not call it that. They call it factoring the trinomial, something like that. And as we look at this, though, 1, the number in front of the t squared, times the 96 is 96, and then we can look at all the factors. So 1 times 96, 2 and 48, 96 divided by 3 is 32. 96 divided by 4 is 24. And again, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this to combine. We're trying to find factors that combine to be 4. This 4 right here. 5 doesn't go in there, but 96 and 6. 96 is divisible by 6, which is 16. 7, I do not believe. I'm testing it out right now. Nope. 96 divided by 8 is 12. And I actually believe that it's going to be this value right here. In order to get 4, we need to do 12 minus 8. And again, remember what we're doing. We're splitting the middle. This is t squared minus 8t plus 12t minus 96. By the way, if you don't like using variables other than x, use x. It doesn't make any difference. But here's our group. We took out 1. We still have 1. And over here, we had 1t. We took it out, but we still have our 8. Again, please write down the plus. The biggest number that goes in 96, and when I say goes into, I should say divides into, is 12. And when we factor that out, 12 divided by 12 is 1t. And 96 divided by 12 is 8. And it's negative 96 plus 12 is negative 8. And now what we see is we have a t minus 8. And we have a t plus 12. By the way, they use t here, if I remember correctly. Looking back at the problem, it says, how long will the car take to reach the finish line? Yep, so we're talking about time. And remember, if you want to get technical, we are saying, well, 5 t minus 8 equals 0, and t plus 12 equals 0. But 5 doesn't equal 0. But we can solve t minus 8 equals by adding 8 to both sides. And we can subtract 12 from both sides. We get t equals negative 12. But again, we're talking about time. Can we ever say that we've been for negative 12 seconds? No. Our reasonable answer in this particular problem is that the time is going to be 8 seconds.